everyone. It's Tea Time Tuesday. I'm actually, oh, okay, 4 o'clock. It just turned 4 o'clock. I'm like, oh no, it's too early. At the risk of my dogs barking, I'm in my living room because it's warmer in here than it is in my cold room that I didn't heat up. So I'm thrilled to be with you today. And I wanted to talk to you today about the highs and lows of dating and how to handle ghosts. Woo! It's not even Halloween and we're talking about ghosts. Oh, I hope my ears don't jingle. Well, if they jingle, think about Santa. It's the holiday season. Hey, Lynn. So happy to see you. So happy. Mwah. Love you, honey. So anyway, personal growth work. Let's start there. We want to be happy. We want to have successful lives. We want to wake up inspired. We want to feel like we matter, we're important, we're connecting, that we have love in our life. And that's why we date. Well, some people date for sex, and that's another whole story. But we date a lot of the times because we want to connect with someone and we want to find our special someone. And hey, Valerie, so good to have you here. So we put ourselves out there in the world and raise our hands and say, yes, I want to meet a special someone. I want to spend time with someone. I want to have companionship. I want to go and travel with someone. I want to sink in with this special someone at the end of the day and share my life with. And so because we want to have that special someone, because we want to connect with someone, we take a really big risk and put ourselves out there and say yes to dating. Yes to, sure, I'll meet you for coffee. Yes to, sure, we can even go for dinner after I've met you for coffee and I'm not so sure about you, but yes, I liked you. I'll give you another chance. I mean, like, when you're out there, putting yourself out there, you're saying yes to the possibility of someone new in your life. And that, first of all, I just want to like commend you right there and then. Like, that's monumental because it's vulnerable saying, hello, I'm single and I'd like to meet somebody. Valerie, I love this. Sink in at the end of the day with the special someone. Yes. I miss that. I really miss that. Well, actually, I'm really lucky because I have a dear friend that's staying with me right now. And oh my God, Elizabeth, hey, Jeannie is living with me right now. How cool is that? And so good to have you here. So at the end of the day, it's like, oh my God, I've just had this full life. You know, so many things have happened. Or maybe nothing happened, but I just want to sink in and be with someone. So to have that special someone, some actions have to be taken. And one of the actions is dating. And that's what I'm doing right now. In fact, I'm doing what's called conscious dating, where I'm really conscious of what matters to me, what my deal breakers are, or what my wants are. I'm really going in consciously about taking good care of myself and not saying yes to something that doesn't feel right to me and saying no to things that don't work for me. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. I am dating. I am open. I am wanting to find my special someone. And so I'm online and I am speaking with potentials, as maybe some of you do as well. And Valerie, what happened when you say yes? Well, that's the thing. Not everything works the way you think it's going to work. And sometimes our instincts about what we think is going to happen doesn't happen, hence the topic of ghosting. So for those of you that don't know what ghosting is, it's when somebody just kind of disappears on you. Like, you thought you had something. Maybe you had like a really great first date, or you had a really great first conversation, and they say something like, yes, let's get together, and you get something on the calendar. And then poof, they're gone. Or you meet them and you have a great conversation and things seem to be going well, and poof, they're gone. All right. So I'm going to give you a quick example and I'm going to tell you how to manage that, because it can rock you. It can rock you. So I had a first date last week, and I gotta tell you, I wasn't like 100% like, yeah, this guy is the one. but we did have a great first date. We had a great conversation. We had a great conversation before the great conversation in person. And in my book, he got to have a second date with me. In my mind, I'm like, yes, this is a good guy. The sparks weren't there the way I wanted them to be there, but I was going to stay open because there was so much in common, and we just had a really great time together. And my God, I haven't laughed like that in years. So he got the second date in my mind, and we even texted after, and I just thought, okay, great, like this is awesome. We're still talking and everything, and then poof, he's gone. Poof, like what the fuck happened? All right, so the reason I wanted to talk to you about this is because I noticed what was going on inside of me. Now, I've done a ton of personal growth work, so it really didn't jolt me. I didn't take it personally. I didn't go into this depths of despair of what did I do wrong? Did I say something wrong? Did I misjudge? I didn't make it about me. However, I did look at it, and I kind of overall, like, I wanted to look at it just to make sure there wasn't something else there for me to learn. Because to me, well, there's a few things here. The first thing is if you're going to be dating, you can't take things personally. You just can't, otherwise you're going to be on a roller coaster, and it's going to feel like crap, and it's going to be uncomfortable. All right. So don't take it personally. Online is so interesting. There's like tons of people, and people are like shopping online. It's like going to Zappos. It's like instead of one pair of shoes, you order like 10 pairs of shoes and see which one you like the most. So I was a Zappos deliver. I was a delivered pair of shoes Thursday night, and Friday he found another pair of shoes that he probably liked more, and poof, he disappeared. So I could take it personally and go, oh my God, maybe, there was something that he didn't, maybe he thought I was too fat, or maybe he thought I was too old, or maybe I really misjudged and I got it all wrong, and we really didn't have don't go crazy like that, guys. If you go down that line, if you go on that ride, it's maddening, it's self-defeating, and it's also going to have you on edge and really questioning your value and keeping you from maybe going on the next date. Or maybe on the next date, you're going to be bracing yourself for, the potential ghost, and that's going to harm you. So the cool thing about ghosting, is, first of all, you dodged a bullet. If he's going to easily drop you like that and not have the decency to say it's not a fit, have the decency to say to you, this isn't what I'm looking for, or have a conversation with you about something that was off in some way. If he just disappears, good riddance. He's not for you, or she's not for you. So don't take it personally, and be grateful. Be fucking grateful that they're gone, because to put all that energy into that person for them to ghost you in a week or 2 or 5, that's not good. So be grateful that they're gone, even though it's kind of confusing, because it is kind of confusing if you really thought you had a great connection. Be grateful that they're gone. And then take a moment to make sure that you're okay, because it does feel a little weird, at least it did for me, when I thought there was something and then suddenly there wasn't. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much personal growth I do, I'll speak about myself, I'm still a human being. And if somebody says something mean to me, or disappears on me, or writes me a bad text or something, it could hurt. It could tap into old stuff. It could tap into the old programming of you're not good enough, there's something wrong with you. And so that's why I think dating is great personal growth work, because it gives you an opportunity to see where you still have work to do. Like if I bought the ticket to the show of, oh, something must be wrong with me, and I went into that place of feeling of inadequacy or shame or something like that, that is like a massive invitation to do more work on myself. If I am thrown off so much by somebody's rejection, and I take their rejection to heart, I probably shouldn't be dating just yet. You heard that. You heard that right. We need to take good care of ourselves, and we need to do that inner work before we open our hearts up fully and invite somebody else in. Now, I'm not going into like big black and white, never date unless you have your shit together, because frankly, we're always growing and we're always learning. However, if it's so tumultuous to you when you get ghosted, or so tumultuous to you when things go awry in your dating world, it's something to look at. And it's something to not only just look at, but to take action with, because you're obviously sensitive to what's coming at you. In fact, it's not only coming at you, it's going inside of you. And it's revving you up. And it's tapping into old shit. It's tapping in to old messages and programming. And that is really uncomfortable, which is, yay, it's uncomfortable. Because if something's uncomfortable, that is a clue you have more work to do there. And frankly, it's great for me because then I get to work with you and support you. So dating and or relationships is massive personal growth work, because it has you look at your side of the street, and it has you go, what's going on inside of me? Why am I feeling so angry? Oh, he stepped on my toes. He disappeared. So then stop looking at what the other person did and go, well, why am I so angry that he disappeared on me? What is it about disappearing that's so uncomfortable for me? What do I tell myself about disappearing? Like, oh, if he disappeared on me, maybe, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe he doesn't think that, I'm all that in a bag of chips. And then you're on to some big clues of where you need to work. Maybe you're feeling like something is wrong with you. Maybe that's a message you've had many, many times. Maybe you've been hurt many, many times. Maybe people literally told you, what the heck is wrong with you? There's something really wrong with you, or you're just not dateable. You're not lovable. And maybe that's a message you've gotten your whole friggin' life. And if you've had a lot of proof in your life to tell you something's wrong with you, or that you're not lovable, like maybe a lot of people have left you. Maybe a lot of people have dumped you. I hate that word dump, but people use it. And somebody else does the same thing or gives you a flavor of that, then you might be way more reactive than the other person next to you that hasn't had that experience. And then again, that's when you go, wow, I'm really sensitive here. This hurt me. And don't stop there. Figure out why you're so sensitive there. And then do some work. Do some healing work. Learn more about why you're wired that way. Where did it come from? And when you could then take those wires and move them around and change them and heal, then you're not as sensitive as before. In fact, that's when you could really engage with somebody new and be really open and be really vulnerable, because you're not going to be devastated if they disappear. All right, I want to see what some of the responses are here. Oh, Valerie, you're active. So good to have you here. All right, let's see. Let's see what she's got. Valerie is a rock star. Let's see what she has to say. I like your Snoopy with hearts. Get clear that it's not about you. It's about them. Woo, woo. Don't take it in. So yes, so there's the don't take it in because it's theirs, their judgment, they're not wanting, they're in another place. It's not for them, so it's not for you, which is great. However, I'm going to add to that and say, take in that not what's theirs, but go in, not maybe take in theirs, but go inside and go, why is it affecting me? If it's uncomfortable for you. So definitely go inside. But yeah, put that lovely shield up and say, that's whatever's going on with them. I don't even need to know what's going on with them. I don't need to understand or figure out, and I'm not going to go down that road of what's wrong with me. And you could. I've literally asked people, can you tell me a little bit about why you disappeared? I'd love to know. They usually don't respond. But sometimes it's fun to ask. Just see what happens. In fact, this guy, the guy that ghosted me, it was weird, guys. It was really strange. We really had a great first date. He went to try to kiss me. Maybe that was where I blew it. See, where I blew it, like I blew it or something. I didn't blow it. He went to kiss me and I gave him my cheek. I gave him a cheek kiss. He gave me a cheek kiss. I didn't feel like kissing him. I didn't want to kiss him. I wasn't there yet. Maybe he took that personally. Maybe it was his shit. I don't know. And it's okay because it didn't happen. But I did text him when he disappeared. And I just said, because I was curious. I didn't say why you ghosted me. I just straight out said, I'm curious. Are we going to continue to connect? Do you want to continue to connect? That's what I wrote. I'm curious. Do you want to continue to connect? Straight out. Just asked him. And then he texted me back, which was something totally bogus, frankly. And he was like, I do, but I'm in terrible pain right now. I hurt my knee and I'm in terrible pain. I'll get back to you later. And then, it's been days. So he couldn't even be honest, so bye-bye. But I did ask because I was curious. Plus because I was like, it was renting space in my head. I don't like anything renting space in my head. There's not so much space up there. All right, Valerie, get clear. It's not about you. Okay, I wrote that. Love what you're saying. Spot on. Thank you. Valerie is doing similar work. I love Zappos. Yes, we should have Zappos for men. I mean, like we could order in like 6 men. Come on, everybody. Like have all 6 men come in, try them on, and put them all back in the box and order some more. That's what I'm saying. And yes, I dodged a bullet. Thank you. Okay, Valerie. I love Valerie. Valerie, thank you for participating. Everybody that's here, you can comment, write questions. This is why I do what I do. I want to connect with you guys and support you guys. Yes, you never know what happened and you don't understand what's going on with them. We don't, I mean, someone could have died. They might have been called out of the country. They might be dealing with their children. We don't know what's going on with them. So at the end of the day, if they're not willing to show up or talk to us, let them go. Or text them if you want, but don't take it personally. And yes, it's great stimulus to master our worthiness. And if you're feeling unworthy, and if you're feeling raw or uncomfortable, reach out to a sister. Reach out to a brother. I have a dear, dear friend who a male friend, and I'll run these things by him. I'll be like, Tom, what was he thinking? What happened here? This is so confusing. What's going on here? And sometimes he'll be like, oh, well, he's just not that into you. Or, well, he just has other priorities right now and let him go. Like he's like my go-to dating guy because he's got the other perspective. Dating is the school. It is the school. It's life school. It's all, well, I think all of life is schooling for us to better ourselves and to grow. But man, relationships are where we expand and really get to know about who we are. And then dating is that and then some, because we are so vulnerable. We are opening up. We're sharing stories maybe that we haven't shared in years. And all that's another thing to be really conscious of what short stories to share. Not for them, but for you. For example, on this date, he asked me about my son. And as most of you know, I haven't seen or spoken to my son in many years. And it is uncomfortable and painful to talk about with someone I don't know. I don't know if they're going to judge me. I don't feel like going on the defensive, which I wouldn't anyway. But, I don't want to have to open up that much about a topic that is very sensitive to me. So be mindful of what you share to people, because that also can lend to feeling more trespassed against if then they disappear. Decide what you want to share with people. Lynn, I had a date and he loved my chocolate chip cookies so much. He said, Lynn, marry me. And I said, maybe we should get to know each other better before we get married. And I never heard from him again. And this was back before cell phones and Facebook. Lynn, you could have had a winner. You should have given him those chocolate chip cookies. Not. But I love that. Yeah, he wanted the chocolate chip cookies. Oh my God. You should have just kept making them for him forever and ever. It's all about the chocolate chip cookies. That's so cute. But at the end of the day, he was more into the chocolate chip cookies than you. And that's not a reflection on you. It's a reflection on your baking. Love you, Lynn. Oh, gosh. So I just want to just kind of recap again. Dating is an unbelievable opportunity to really learn about yourself. And, there's something somebody said. I was going to read. This is live, guys, live in Junie Moonland. There was something else. Oh, yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about how dating, when we go on our first date, it's really not even a friggin' date. We don't know each other. We are practical strangers. We met online, did a few little thises and that's. We still don't know each other. And then we get on the phone call. Maybe we have some energy there. We still don't know each other. Complete strangers. And then we meet to see if there's any chemistry there, to see what it's like. Now, some people will say that's a first date or a first coffee date. In my opinion, with what I've been reading and hearing, that's not even a date. To me, a date is when you're like, this is somebody I would like to go out with. Date. This is somebody I'd like to spend time with. Date. Not the, is this somebody I want to date? Date. I don't think so. So when you go for your coffee date, it's a meet. It's a meet. You're meeting for the first time. It's like if you met somebody at a bar or an event and you start having a conversation with them, is that a date? No, it's not a date. But after meeting with them and chatting with them and hanging with them and connecting with them, and they go, hey, would you like to go out sometime? Date. So the meaning we give to everything is important. To get really clear about whether we want to be with this person or not, and to remember that when we open up, it is vulnerable, and it's a gift to share yourself with this other person. It's a gift. And if they don't want the gift, that's okay. You hold on to your precious gift and you give it to someone else. Someone who wants to undo the wrapping and look at the box and wonder what's inside, and slowly open it with a smile and looks inside the box and goes, oh, this is what I've been wanting for so long. You are that gift. You are that gift. So if someone doesn't want to open up your box and look inside with delight, don't let them. Don't let them. So kudos to all of you that are dating. It is not necessarily the easiest of things. Personal growth work isn't necessarily the most comfortable of things. It pushes our buttons, and it's an opportunity to learn and grow. So if you are not willing to open and grow, and you want to stay in your comfort zone and keep doing what you're doing, chances are you're not going to have a healthy relationship or invite somebody in that's a healthy relationship for you, because you need to know who you are, you need to know your boundaries, and you need to know who you're letting in. And then you have to be able to meet them with your honesty and your truth and your uniqueness, and stretch that comfort zone, because it is a little uncomfortable when you meet somebody new, or it's a lot uncomfortable when you start to connect with someone that you don't know. And in order to really have that connection, you have to step out of that comfort zone. In fact, I actually don't say step out of the comfort zone. I say stretch your comfort zone. The more tools you have inside, the more you know your value, the more you know your worthiness, the more you're able to stretch that comfort zone and allow more in. So if you're wanting a healthy relationship, have the most important healthy relationship, which is you. Heal you. Know you. Date you. In fact, I consciously chose not to date most of this year. Consciously chose to just be with me. That doesn't mean I haven't had my eye out. It doesn't mean I haven't been looking, because I do want to find my special one. But I took time to date me. Plus, it's really nice to have time with me. And that's important. So keep dating yourself, keep knowing yourself, keep growing. And if somebody ghosts you, say, hallelujah, woohoo, they're not for me. And Mr. or Ms. Right is right around the corner. And it's all good because you have you. And that is the most important thing in your life, is to have you. Any questions? Anything else? Lynn, first dates are kind of like job interviews. Holy moly, so true. But you are looking for more than a job, that's for sure. And yeah, they need to jump through some of your hoops, frankly. You know, like, do they have the qualities that you're looking for? It is a job interview, except there's a lot more to it than that, because there's emotions and there's energy and there's spark or no spark, you know? So yeah, go in. My mommy's here. Mom, I just did this Facebook Live, and for 25 minutes, I think you'll appreciate it. So go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning, Mom. It's all about dating. You may not even want to watch, but you love me, so maybe you want to. All right, guys, that's it for today. If you found value here, please share it with your beloveds. Share it with your friends that are single, that might be having a hard time with the dating. I invite you to share this message, because it helps me reach more people with a message that hopefully helps them. So if you know someone who's, you know, struggling with self-esteem, or challenged with the ghosting, or just is feeling like something's wrong with them while they're out there in the world, please share this message if you found this valuable. And that's it. That's it for today. I'll see you next Tuesday at our regularly scheduled Tea Time Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Much love to you, and have an amazing, amazing day. Bye.